Welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to use SwiftData with SwiftUI. So first requirement is you should have Xcode 15 and the second requirement is you should have iOS 17. So that would be your minimum deployment target. So let's get started. So as usual I will show you one demo first. So for now there is nothing inside our list. So I will just click on the add button and here I will add some task. So task 1 and description 1. So I will click on save. So here you can see I have added that task. If I want to remove it, I can just slide it, click on the delete, and it got deleted. I will add another task. So here it is autofilled because it remembers the state. So I will just add task 2, click on save. So it has added task 2. Now if I click on this, I can simply edit it. I will just do task 3. If I go back, as you can see it just updated task 3, and here you can also add new features to this task. So list of features. So suppose I want to add feature 1, and if I just click on this return button, it adds that feature. Now I will add feature 2 as well, and if I click on that return button, it adds feature 2, and deleting the task would also delete these features. So if I go back, if I come back in here, you can see those features are still persisted. So in case if you don't know what is SwiftData, so SwiftData is equivalent of core data. So if you want to persist large amount of data inside your mobile application, then you should use SwiftData. So it is like a better version of core data. So let's get started. Like I have created an SwiftUI application, and here I have created one item model. So here as you can see I have annotated with @model and imported SwiftData. Then here I have added an attribute of unique ID name. You can if you know MySQL, like you typically have an ID as a primary key, but here I have given it as a name as primary key. Like you can make ID as your primary key as well. You just have to add this unique attribute, but just to keep things simple, I have made a name as primary key. Then I have added a description as well as a creation date, and I have added that inside the init method. Next, for relation, so I have created another model class for which it has an item feature, and this item model will contain array of features. So that's what I have done, and the delete rule is of cascade. Next, inside item feature, I have also imported SwiftData again. I have again created a model class, and it has only feature description as well as creation date. So yeah, that's it. Next, what I have done is that I have created this content view. So if you check over here, so while creating the application itself, I have selected the storage as SwiftData. If you haven't done that, you can just add this boilerplate code, which by default you get out of the box. So here you can see I have created this schema, and I have added our model class. We don't need to add the feature class because feature is part of the item. Here I have added the item class, not model class, but item is itself is a model class. And then I have created a model configuration. From that model configuration, I have created this model container, and I have just created this. I am passing it as an environment variable, and this is our first SwiftUI file. So if you go to content view, here you can see I'm making use of model context as an environment variable. And this is so suppose I want to query all the items which are present inside my SwiftData. So you would use something like this. You can also use something like this. So suppose I want only the item which name equal to item 1. So you can add this filter kind of things, or more like it is called as predicate in Swift or SwiftUI. So this filter, if you are interested, or if you have a search bar, you can add something like this. So this is just for your reference, but typically to get all items you would use something like this. Then I have created some variables for state variables for show, add dialog, new name, and new description. And here I am just displaying a list inside our navigation stack, and on clicking on it, so I have also added a navigation link, so it would move you to that particular item. Okay, and here I have just created a vstack of text item.name and text item.description, and these are the swipe actions for it. So this one is for the delete, and here as you can see I'm just doing model context.delete item, and this is the navigation title. and this is the navigation destination for edit item, and I'm passing that item over here, whatever the user selected item is. Next, the toolbar is for just for adding the item, and it toggles the show add dialog, and once that is presented, we show this form to the user to add any particular item. So just a text field with the state variable, same for description as well. Next, I have done the button dismiss, and to save the item to our SwiftData, you just have to call model context dot insert, and we are dismissing the show dialog again. The presentation detents is equal to medium. Next, for edit item view, all I have done is that again I am taking the environment variable, imported SwiftData. Then this is the bindable object which we are passing from the main screen to the detail screen, right? So once you edit this item, you don't have to call the model context, any method of the model context. It automatically gets updated. That is the power of this bindable annotation. So once if I am sending data from master to a detail screen, and if I change that data inside the detail screen, it gets automatically updated inside the SwiftData SwiftData database as well. And this is for new feature description. So these are the text field which gets auto populated if you go to the detail screen, and these are the text field for new features. And while appending, so here you can see I'm just displaying this for each item dot features, a list of all the features which has been added. And if you see over here, on submit, when you click for the feature, when you click on submit of the keyboard for the text field, those feature gets appended to your item dot feature again. So you don't have to call model context dot save dot item dot feature, something like that. Just call item dot features dot append, just like you do in normal array, and it gets automatically appended. So yeah, that's it. So main important thing is remember that when you pass a bindable, you don't have to write any code for update. It gets automatically updated. And for when you are trying to add an array of something to your model, you just have to add item dot features dot append. Okay, as long as that array is separate model in itself. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.